Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I think it was 2 days ago or 3 days ago, when the Ukrainians first claimed that they crossed the Dnieper River in Kherson Oblast. They crossed on the left bank. So they said they succeeded in doing that. And if you remember, and if you don't, go and watch my video, I showed the pictures Zelensky provided to all of us to see as proof. In that video, I also provided my evidence that I was also in Kherson. As the evidence they provided, I provided the same proof, 100% certain. Obviously, I was joking, but they were not, unfortunately, and their pictures were garbage, I would say. They didn't prove anything. It doesn't mean they're not over there, but those pictures are not proving anything. I mean, I can make the same kind of pictures here. I go fishing and I'm going to post them for you, and I'm going to say I've been in Kherson, which I did in the video. So what's going on here? They keep telling us that the Ukrainians succeeded to cross and have over there a few troops. I think they said that they have 3 regiments or so with heavy equipment, and they are over there, bridgehead. I don't know, we'll find out if that happens. But we have here some more information where they say that Russia lost 3,500 troops in Kherson Oblast in 1 month. Estonian military. The reason why I picked this article was not because of the 3,500 alleged Russian troops being killed, but for this. Estonian military. You see this picture down here? That's one of the pictures Zelensky posted, telling us and wanting us to believe that that is the landing on the left bank of the Dnieper River. That was one of the pictures. Garbage, my friends, garbage. Anyway, so I'm going to discuss this Estonian military. So remember, this war occurs here, right here. This is Kherson Oblast, and this little thing occurs here on the other side of the Dnieper River. They say by Krinky, yes, right here. They said this is where they landed. Now, I think the Ukrainians are the ones that know what's going on here, not the Estonians, unless the Estonian military is involved in something. Now, Estonia is somewhere far north here, okay? So Estonia is, I think, north here. So we have Lithuania, Latvia, and then Estonia north a little bit. Remember, this is Belarus. This is right here Poland. This is Kaliningrad, Russian enclave. And my map doesn't go further, but you see over there the little corner right over here. There is Estonia. Now, those guys in Estonia tell us what's going on actually here in Kherson Oblast. Not impossible, but are you involved? Are your commanders involved? I think so. So let's see. So again, I'm not concerned with this thing here. Could be more, could be less. That's not. But the Estonians are telling us. Why not the Ukrainians? Aren't the Ukrainians the ones directly involved in this? And this is the article. The Russian military is suffering significant losses on the left bank of the Dnieper River in Kherson Oblast. As I indicated, head of planning for the Estonian Defense Forces, EDF headquarters, Colonel Juno Mark, said on November 20th, today, as reported by public broadcaster ERR. So this colonel, he has the information somehow, but the Ukrainians don't. Not impossible, just strange to say the least. Mark mentioned that Ukrainian troops have advanced approximately 2 to 3 kilometers in a 30-kilometer area northeast of Kherson and around 4 kilometers southeast of the city. This is a different one now. So 30-kilometer area northeast of Kherson and around 4 kilometers southeast of the city. Southeast of the city? Yeah, it's right here. This is where they reported. So this is whereas Kherson is right here. The city of Kherson is right here. I have a legend here, but it doesn't show me the distance, so I'm not going to use it. But this is where they claim they landed. Nevertheless, these guys tell us, I think this is, so far, just to build legitimacy to what the Ukrainians are claiming. So let's say I and my brother, or a friend of mine, we are on the same team. And I don't know, I break into a bank. And then this guy is going to be my witness, telling, no, alibi, that's the alibi. Anyway, so alibi, he's going to be my alibi, but he's on my own team. So I'm going to say, I didn't break into that, I didn't want to rob that bank, it wasn't me. And this guy says, yeah, it was not him, but he was my guy. You know, I mean, the same. Estonia says that, I think, just to reinforce the Ukrainian authority and legitimacy in its blah, 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 blah. Now, do I know if the Ukrainians really crossed on the eastern side or the left bank of the Dnieper River? I don't. I rely on these liars, which are all of them. So that's why, time out, wait a little bit. It's just strange to me that that guy comes out and he claims what he claims. That's all. The immediate objective of this operation is to push the Russian Federation forces out so that they do not extend their artillery systems to the city of Kherson and the surrounding settlements, said this guy. Mark added that Russian casualties are estimated at 3,500 military personnel wounded and killed over the last 4 weeks. Very interested guy, very involved in all this. Sounds strange. And that has already forced the Russian command to redirect units from other fronts to this area, he said. Okay, obviously the losses on the Ukrainian side are high, and on the Russian side they are much higher. How do you know that? You gotta know the losses on the Ukrainian side. If you say obviously that is, I believe you, I trust you, I trust your word. Why? I don't know you. Let's start with that one. You have an interest, so you strike 2. And third one, I'm an idiot. I'm skeptical. All right, so you got 3. An idiot, you guys are on that side, and the other one, you didn't build any trust, anything. Obviously based on what? On your evidence? Why don't you share the evidence that you don't have? The losses of the Ukrainian side are high, and on the Russian side, they are much higher. Mark, you have to have the numbers in front of you in order to say that. Do you have them? And if you don't, even if you have them, why don't you tell us in the name of free speech? Do you think it's going to harm us, the Ukrainians? Do you think the Ukrainians will not? Oh, it's the public opinion. Because if they're going to find out there are like 3 million dead, this guy's going to say, stop the carnage. We're not going to support that. Enough is enough. But since you don't mention it, people don't know. Thank you very much. So you are one of the gatekeepers of the truth. Supposedly based on you, because it's obviously based on what evidence, buddy? And I'm quoting this guy again. It is the attacking side that has suffered the greatest losses, and that is partly down to the choice of tactics. The armed forces of the Russian Federation do not count human lives. Again, yeah, they're just how do you call those beasts, man? They're beasts, and the other guys are civilized like you. While for the Ukrainian forces, human life is very important. That is dehumanizing. So let me show you. The armed forces of the Russian Federation do not count human lives, while for the Ukrainian forces, human life is very important. So that this guy, Mark, I think he has a criminal mentality. Because remember, those guys called the Nazis looked at certain groups as being not fully, so that means they discarded the human value of human beings belonging to certain kind of groups. So this guy, if he would be in the Nazi time, he would be a great order follower, regardless of its, if it's ethical or not. You see, I already know Mr. Mark. I don't have to go further than that. First, he tells us that it's obvious, something that. Second one, he tells us that, hey, they don't care. They don't. Do you think the Russians, in general, because he says the armed forces of the Russian Federation, that's the entirety, do not count human lives? And they tell us why. Because human lives are not important. Why? Because they say, while the Ukrainians do. Human life is very important. Yep, all right. But not for them. Well, who knows, my friends. This is the way, as I can remember who said that, doesn't really matter. What he said matters. Open your mouth so I know who you are. The same here. Open your mouth so I know who you are. All right, so it's just this colonel. Obviously, besides, he made the claim that in general is true. He says it is the attacking side that has suffered the greatest losses. He fails to mention if the technology, if the weapons, if they are compatible, they are the same. Let's give you an example. If I have an automatic weapon and I'm going to be dropped somehow as an attacking force against, let's say, 200 Indians from here, from America, not Native Americans, Indians. If I go over there and they attack me with bows, arrows, and knives, who do you think will win? Given that I have a lot of magazines full of this, who do you think? I think I will win. I attack them. So who's going to have more, with the greatest losses? I or the Indians that I attack? Guarantee you I will have less losses than they will have. Probably at the end, maybe I would be overwhelmed by these guys approaching me. But if I have the and move around and attack, I think I will be definitely winning in, I don't know, a minute. So yeah, it's true what he said, but he didn't mention that. Now, he didn't have to. He just used it as, Russians and Ukrainians, which are compatible in their weapons, unless the American weapons are way better than the Russians, and we know they are. So definitely the Russians, that we don't know the number, had greatest losses in human history. Can we put it that way? YouTube, are you okay with that? I think it works. I can say that how much I want. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.